Hello, my name is Chef Danielle Gleason here at Sullivan University in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm here today to give you a few tips and tricks when it comes to your baking and cooking techniques. Today we're going to talk about substitution of ingredients. Oftentimes in our kitchens, we're reading through a recipe and we realize right as we're mixing, we don't have what we need. So today I'm going to show you a few things that can get you by with a couple other things you may have in your pantry or your refrigerator. To start off with, often biscuits or pie doughs call for buttermilk. Not everyone keeps buttermilk in their home, so therefore if you happen to have whole milk in your house, you can go ahead and measure 1 cup of milk and add 2 tablespoons of white vinegar or cider vinegar, or you can use 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, allow that to sit for 5 minutes, and that will give you what is needed to use for buttermilk. Also, to substitute for that, you can use yogurt, sour cream, or creme fraiche in an equal exchange for the cup of buttermilk versus the other items you may have. Next, we're going to move to an item, cake flour. Cake flour is called for in many cake recipes, and it's not something we typically have at home. So what you would do is take 1 cup of all-purpose flour, remove 2 tablespoons, and replace that with 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Then you can go ahead and properly sift that. Oh, a sifter. Who has a sifter in their home? Take your average hand strainer and just sift those items through that hand strainer and you'll get the texture that you need for your cake flour. A few more sifts will give you a lighter flour that you can work with. Our next item for substitutions is baking powder. Oftentimes when we go into our cabinet, the expiration date has passed, or maybe we just don't have any because we don't bake on a regular basis. So what we can do is we can take 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, we have a 1/2 teaspoon of cream of tartar, and then we just go ahead and add another 1/2 teaspoon of cornstarch. Sift that together, mix it well, and you will have the baking powder that you need for the baking that you're about to do. Next, yeast. Oftentimes people are very concerned about the uses of yeast. The way yeast is processed today, your active dry and your instant yeast are very similar. So these can be an equal exchange between the two. But when it comes to the fresh yeast, some recipes will call for fresh yeast. We have 1 cake would be equivalent to 1 package of your active dry and then 1 tablespoon of your instant. And that should work out well with any leavened item you're using with yeast. And then we go on to sugar. I know a lot of people today try to reduce the amount of sugar in their items, or maybe they don't want to use white sugar, or maybe we use the last little bit in some iced tea we just made. So if we need 1 cup of sugar, when you would convert that in your recipe, reduce the recipe by 1/4 of the amount of liquid, and then you can replace it with any type of honey or even applesauce for a healthier alternative. Any substitution is out there, and hopefully we'll have some more tips and tricks for you that can carry you through these substitutions in your next culinary adventure.